So what does it mean to be fit for duty? In today's video, we're going to talk about fitness and what it actually means to be fit for duty and how that can be obtained. I'm joined today by Ted from Fit ResponderTraining. For those of you who may know, I have a sister company called Injury Prevention Systems by Fit Responder. We have actually teamed up with Fit ResponderTraining to be able to offer the other aspect of physical training. We focus on soft tissue injuries. They focus on the actual fitness side of it. Ted, thanks for joining us today. And can we just start by, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Can you tell us a little bit about your company, how this whole thing got started?
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Jason. I'm excited for the interview. Yeah, just a little bit about myself. I'm a dad of 4. I'm a husband. I've been a deputy sheriff for 10 years. My wife, Emily, actually recently retired from law enforcement herself. We started doing online or remote fitness coaching in 2017, actually. But we've been in the health and fitness world. My wife and I were both previously personal trainers. We've competed in bodybuilding. I enjoy powerlifting, but my passion has really always been to help my partners improve their own fitness and health. So what kind of started as a hobby has now become a business. But, first responders, they are unfortunately, and the data shows this, they're some of the most overweight and obese people when it comes to, professions in the US. And arguably first responders should be or ought to be the most fit, right? I mean, there's a lot of reasons that contribute to this. We have stressful jobs, we have long hours, we have odd hours and shift work, and you combine that with a busy family life, which my wife and I have lived that, and we try to stay fit to show the example that you can achieve fitness with those challenges. So we work with a lot of first responders, of course, but we work with plenty of people who are not first responders as well, because these challenges are not unique to just first responders. These are normal things that people deal with but see as roadblocks getting in between them and their fitness. We like to show people that you can still get in shape, despite those challenges. So we saw that often the people who are giving fitness advice in the fitness industry, they are not able to understand the first responder lifestyle, or when people seek fitness advice themselves, they have to sift through a lot of bad advice. There's a lot of fad diets out there. There's gimmicks, there's unsustainable methods that don't work for them, and they're trying one thing after another. We found that just people are getting stuck in that yo-yo of weight loss and weight gain. So, you combine that with the frustrations of the busy schedule, the lifestyle, maybe pre-existing injuries, and many of our partners feel hopeless. I talk to a lot of people who feel like there's no hope for them, and we like to give them hope. We've worked with hundreds of people over the years, and I feel that we're quickly developing a really good reputation for what we do. And we really enjoy working with individuals one-on-one to create strategies that work well for them, for the individual, so that they can create a lifestyle that helps them not only get in shape now, but maintain the results long-term. Does that make sense?
That makes a ton of sense to me. And I think you hit a key thing is maintain it long-term, because we've all done the faddish diet where we drop a bunch of pounds and then go back to our old habits, and then we're back out of shape again. I'm a firm believer, though, round is a shape, just so you know.
Technically, yes.
But Ted, in your opinion, though, what does it mean for public safety personnel to be fit for duty? What does that actually mean? Well, let me add to that real quick. I mean, does it mean you have to have ripped six-pack abs like you do? Or what does it really just mean?
That is a good question. Although six-pack abs are nice and attractive and stuff that people want, that's definitely not a necessity. It's not a necessary component of fitness, being ripped and stage ready. That's actually not even a desire of the overwhelming majority of the people we work with. Most people just want to get healthy and get moving again. And the sad thing is that those people who do dedicate their life to fitness and strive for, the shredded physique are often giving advice from their perspective or their dedicated fitness lifestyle. And they're giving that advice or that perspective to those who just simply want to be fit for duty and healthy. So I see that as a disconnect. I believe that being fit for duty just means being able to best prepare yourself for what your job and duty might call of you, right? I don't expect first responders to be professional athletes or bodybuilders. I do believe that fitness and health and avoiding injury, which is a big thing you do, that should be a top priority. So, for example, if a first responder is expected to be able to, but they cannot run up a few flights of stairs, maybe hop a short wall, maybe they can't hold their own in an emergency or a fight situation for a couple of minutes, or if they can't drag their partner or a victim to safety, what else? If they can't run for a couple of minutes, that's a problem. And if you can't do those things and your job title expects you to be able to, that is something you should work on. But even worse, there's way too many first responders who they're not only unable to do those basic things, but they're setting themselves up for an early death, avoidable early death, avoidable health complications, and their quality of life and confidence suffers because of their physical position that they're in. So there's a huge shift when a first responder can regain their fitness and actually feel good and look good and gain confidence in their own abilities. So that, if some of those things are required of you, you're going to be ready to do it.
And Ted, I really like that, how you put fit for duty. Fit for duty is not being ripped or in this great shape. It's being able to do your job effectively, and being able to make it so that doing your job isn't going to cause you to become injured because you're obese. You have all sorts of medical conditions based on unable to stay fit. I get to travel the country. I'm pretty lucky. I get to meet first responders all through the country. And, some of the best fit people are not people who are super skinny or anything. They're just healthy. And I think that should be the goal of fitness, is to be healthy, not necessarily based on a weight or a certain physique. Do you agree with that for that?
That's absolutely true. Yeah. I feel like the nice physique in all that is a nice byproduct of getting in better shape. But the fact is, if you cannot move in basic ways and you have underlying health issues, or you're getting winded doing basic things, those are problems. Those are the main problems. So I don't think people need to look to the standard of somebody who's on a magazine cover, and looks fantastic in a pair of board shorts. Of course, that's nice. But basically, what are most first responders dealing with that are suffering in this regard or having struggle in this regard? They're significantly overweight. They're setting themselves up for significant injury. And we see that time and time again. And many agencies are losing lots of great people, and people are losing their jobs because they can first get in better shape and just get fit, and six packs aside, just getting into a basic level of decent fitness, and then also practice, safe techniques and measures, which I know that you cover quite a bit in your field. So that's really what the goal needs to be, much more so than the aesthetics.
And when we're talking about, like, my company, which is Defensive Tactics for Escaping, Mitigating, and Surviving, is having a baseline of physical fitness can mean the difference between you being able to escape that violent encounter or get the hell beat out of you, is literally what it could mean, because you have to be able to sustain yourself for at least a few minutes till you get help there. So that's where fitness really comes into, not just being a police officer or a firefighter, but also being a paramedic. Those things all coming together. So, Ted, tell me a little bit more about your company. How does it work? How do you work with people? How do you get them in better shape? Because you're not like a gym you go to. You do everything virtually. With coronavirus going on, this is kind of the perfect setup. And you focus on the public safety personnel, which I love. So How does it work?
Let's get into it, but I wanted to actually mention something or kind of piggyback off of what you were just saying, how, in defensive tactics or getting yourself out of that fight or emergency situation, fitness is key. I have actually heard people say to me, Ted, like, I kind of want to be heavier to handle myself better in a fight. Well, I would respond with this. Let's pretend you're a mixed martial arts fighter, right? Let's say you're a professional. If you had a coach in that regard, would your coach ever say, I want you to gain 20 to 30 pounds of fat for your next up and coming fight?
No, never.
That would never happen. Yeah, like there's weight classes and like absolutely building muscle is great, right? Getting stronger is cool. That's all good stuff. But like good cardio fitness, good endurance, having a healthy heart, and just being able to move and not carrying around a bunch of excess fat that's weighing you down is really key. So I just kind of wanted to piggyback off that because sometimes I hear that and I go, come on. Okay, so your question though, let me get to that about how our program works, right?
Yes.
We've just found that one issue with a lot of fitness methods or programs out there is they are kind of cookie cutter or templated. Meaning like you sign up for the program, whatever they do with you is the exact same thing they put everybody through. And they're not going to be attentive to your individual needs, your preferences, your schedule, your lifestyle, etc. We have just found that what best guarantees results, not just now, but also for long-term, is really achieved through a plan or a strategy that we will help build with and for the person when we work with them one-on-one. So meaning when we take on a client, we consult with them in depth. Cool. What are your preferences? What do you like to eat? How are you eating now? What is your training availability? Do you work out at home? Do you work out at a gym? Do you do both? What kind of workouts can you do? Are you injured? We design something that's a fit for those needs. And what that does is it gives somebody a good framework that they can just adopt fairly easily. And then we progress from there. So we do help with the nutrition guidance. We do help with the training guidance in those regards. We've also created a kind of virtual online community with other clients where we're all connected to each other. We're like-minded people. We support and we encourage one another, and it just helps to have that motivation. We have a one-on-one coaching, meaning every day we have a coach who's reaching out to the client. Hey, how's everything going? Is there anything I can help you with or support you with? Did you take care of the tasks at hand and what you need to get done today, etc. We found that this kind of one-on-one support is really helpful because things come up, challenges can be handled on the fly. And the accountability is really key. We're to make sure people are following through and they have something to look forward to. So when a potential client reaches out to us, I like to just kind of quickly assess how serious of a goal is this for the person, because everybody in the entire world would like to be in better shape, but I am looking for people who are serious. Like, okay, is this a long-term change you'd like to make? Are they looking to reshape and tweak their lifestyle in ways that works well for long-term results? So that begins with a conversation, a one-on-one convo. I determine if it's a good fit for them to join the program. We talk about the program and we decide together to go from there. So, I encourage anyone who's listening, if you want to learn more, you can reach out, you can email us. We can begin that conversation, but if you'd like to learn more about our process, you could visit our website. I've also created a free Facebook group. It's called First Responder and Family Fitness. So inside there, I share a lot of free information, free tips, free recipe guide, everything else. It's a good opportunity to get that basic information, but also a glimpse of what it's like to be a Fit Responder Training client. And I think that's just a good way to start and to get a good picture of what it looks like to work with us.
Ted, what's your website for everybody?
FitResponderTraining.com.
FitResponderTraining.com.
Yep.
And do you have an email that you want to share so they can email out to you?
Yes. So I need to create one that looks a little bit more professional, but it's I've been using it for so long now. It's fit.responderpt at gmail.com. So fit.responderpt as in Paul Tom at gmail.com.
Very good. So one of the things I really like about what you guys do is it's not like you said, it's not a cookie cutter, which is one of the reasons why we partnered with you. You literally look at every single person and what are their goals? What do they have available? And the fact that you look at, not just what their goals are, but how do you normally eat? How can we change this to something that fits you? Because not everybody has a Whole Foods down the road to go eat at. You know, they, maybe they don't know how to meal prep, so they're always looking at doing, something on the road. And you can help them make better choices of where they normally go to, which I don't know anybody else who's really doing that, which was what we really like. And then you base it on, as you said, what equipment do they have available? Your workout program. It's not, you need to go out and buy this, $1 million worth of equipment to have it. It's what do you have available? We'll tailor the program to fit what you have and what you can actually do. I love that part. But Ted, one of the biggest things that I see is a lot of first responders might say, I'm too busy. I'm too old. I have all these pre-existing injuries. And these things are holding me back. You know, they may have even done things like started a program, a fad program. It worked for a minute, it failed. They're discouraged. I'll start January 1st. A lot of these things, these thoughts and hesitations. What would be your suggestion to help people get started?
Right. That's a great question because honestly, we hear that a lot. It's a common fear or apprehension. The simplest thing to say off the bat is you will not see success unless you swing the bat. That is known. That's a guarantee. You will not reach your goals if you sit frozen in that fear and apprehension. That's a given. So you'll fail just because of that. But I will say this: those are challenges. They're obstacles, but they're not barriers that can't be overcome. I know that's for a fact because we've worked with a ton of individuals. We've worked with people who can barely get off the couch, and we eventually restore their ability to function and move well. We've worked with people past retirement age. We've worked with people who have numerous other challenges, injuries, limitations, whatever struggles you can mention. But I can very confidently say that there is always a way to improve your situation. So don't sit there and say, well, that's, fitness is a young man's game or young woman's game, or this isn't for me. You're just confirming your own bias to avoid potential challenges. Our potential challenge is going to happen 100%, but that's what coaching is for. If this was an easy process that you could do on your own, then you would just do it on your own. But I stress that to our clients, that it's just about positive growth. It's about change. It's not perfection. It's about making yourself 1% better tomorrow than you are today. So don't compare yourself to some ideal or some other person, or, oh, if only I didn't have this thing in my life, I could make it happen. If only. We have worked with so many single moms. There's a police officer in Canada. She had 6 kids, local single mom with 3 kids working full time, guys who are working nonstop 18-hour night shifts, who are making huge changes pretty rapidly in their own life. So I can understand being discouraged, and I get it. Past attempts, when you fail, it's like, you touch a hot pan and it burns you. You touch a hot pan and it burns you. Why am I going to touch that pan again? I understand where it's coming from. But there have been a lot of clients who reluctantly joined us, fearing failure, but knew that, well, they don't have much of an option because staying stuck where they're at is terrible. So, but those people become living proof that challenges and doubts can be turned into success and turned into confidence. So, many people have tried a lot of gimmicks and flawed strategies out there that lead them to feel that, oh, this is hopeless for their situation. But it's a mistake, though. It's a mistake to assume that past attempts and strategies that didn't work would be the same experience in the future. I think we can both agree, Jason, that there are many people who have been successful in whatever field you can mention who saw failure many times before they saw success. So I often say that the only way to truly fail is when you completely quit. And I wish we really all had the learn to walk mentality of a baby, right? A baby who's trying to learn to walk and they fall hundreds of times before they actually get it. But imagine if they gave up. Imagine if they got discouraged and said, well, I fell, 50 times and I guess I'm just not made to do this. Then they would never walk. But thankfully, babies don't have that within them. They just keep trying. So if we only all had that learn to walk mentality of, granted, it's been a struggle and I've tried and it's tough and I have these difficulties, but I'm going to try again and I'm going to make it happen. If you do that, you will be successful, period.
And I love that, Ted. I love the fact that, like you said, you only fail when you quit trying. So there may be setbacks, and everybody has setbacks in their life. Not everybody's life is perfect. God knows, anybody who's in business, we've all had many setbacks. But as long as you keep striving to move forward, you're always going to get better, which is the same with fitness. So, obviously, we believe in what you do. That's why we have partnered with you, and, send our clients to you that want to get physically fit. Do you have any closing thoughts or suggestions for people who are out there who are maybe going, I'm not really sure. I mean, you're all the way in California, and I'm in, wherever. What are your thoughts on that?
Sure. I have a client that I'm working with in Italy right now. We have clients on the East Coast, and I'm in California. That's the actual beautiful part about remote fitness coaching. So as a personal trainer in a gym, I might be able to, at best, meet up with someone maybe 3 times a week for 45 minutes or an hour. I show them a workout, which is helpful. We try to exchange knowledge back and forth, or I try to help them as best I can. And then they're off to their own devices for the rest of the time. I can only help them in that one regard at the gym. And I honestly, doing that could only help people to a degree. But the beautiful part about remote fitness coaching is that having that constant stream of contact, tackling all of the relevant issues beyond just the workout, right? There's much more to it. It has allowed us to create more success and have better success rates with our clients. And we have excellent success rates because of that. So I'll just say that the best part about having a coach is that communication aspect, is the coach looking at your individual situation and creating a strategy that really works well for you. So right now we have, during this pandemic, there's tutors and there's business conferences and there's all kinds of interactions professionally and personally that are going over remotely, just like you and me talking right now. And seeing success. This is the new age. This is the new world. So no longer do you have to meet me face to face where we discuss, good nutrition strategies, or no longer do I have to stand there and count your reps for you in the gym. There's other ways to help, and we work with clients all over the place. So, I encourage you, if you feel like that I'm speaking to you now, and that you need to make a huge change in your health and your fitness and your body, what is the harm of reaching out? We have a conversation and see if it works. But I would stress that first, make sure that this is serious. If you are looking for some short, cheap, quick fix, some gimmick that you're going to get for 2 easy payments of $19.99, that's not that. This is not an ad for that. This is a serious program for serious people who want serious results. And I just encourage you to reach out if you feel like that could be you.
Because Ted, you do a free consult, right? You will consult with them first, see if they're a good fit.
100%, absolutely free. And even in those free consults, not everybody who I talk to becomes a client. And sometimes with those cases, I will just give them some value, some free advice, kind of like homework, if you will. Hey, you might want to take care of this and this, and I'll if I can't help you, I'll try to refer you and I'll point you in the right direction. I would not take on a client unless I was confident that we can truly, serve them at a high level. So yeah, the consultation's free, but no pressure. Go check out our website, check out our free Facebook group. We have Instagram as well, of course, and check that out and see if it piques your interest. And if it looks like something that you'd be interested in, we'll go from there.
I love it, Ted. I love what you're doing. It's absolutely phenomenal for the first responder family. And I really thank you for actually giving me the time to actually share what you guys do. Because I think you can help a lot of people. I really, truly do. So
appreciate that, Jason. It's an honor for me to share the title of Fit Responder with you and your company. And I think we're on the same board of just helping our brothers and sisters out there. And I love the opportunity. So thank you. I hope we can just reach as many people as we can and change the world a little bit in our corner.
So I know the last question is going to be for a lot of people is they want to know how to get a full mustache like yours. Do you have any advice for that?
Results not typical. Yeah, I'll put that in the small print. Genetics. At this point, I can't even shave it because now that's all I'm known for. So it's kind of like my calling card. But it can be inconvenient sometimes when you're eating and drinking food. It comes with a price. I'll say that.
All right, Ted, thank you so much for your time today. Like I said, anybody who's looking for fitness, this is the guy that we recommend. This is the guy that will be able to do what you need. So
appreciate it, Jason.
So much.
Thank you, Jason. Take care, everybody.